What is going on, guys? It is Blink here, back with a new guide. So in this guide, we'll be talking about a few useful building tips. Also, the V-Bucks giveaway is still going on, so make sure to visit the link in the description to enter. And lastly, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications as opposed to Amazon gift card code in the comments every time I upload. But turn on notifications, you'll have a way better chance of getting here first and redeeming that code. Anyways, guys, let's get to this guide. So this first tip is placing down a ramp when dropping down from high heights. What this will do is minimize or avoid the fall damage you'd be taking. You can see I built up a little high, but as I dropped down, I connected my ramp on the ramp below. Basically fell one story because of the ramp I added. Now, it wasn't that high, but had I fell into the grass or the bottom part of the ramp, I would have probably taken fall damage. This trick might be a little awkward at first, but it's super easy and automatic once you've done it plenty of times. Here's one more quick example of me utilizing this trick. So initially I was expecting to drop a little lower, but my ramp connected itself to the side of the mountain. I then placed another ramp to avoid fall damage. You can see I dropped around the middle of my ramp. Had I placed a floor down or nothing at all, that would have been a good chunk of fall damage. Once again, guys, it might be awkward at first, but once you get the hang of it, you'll be doing it without even thinking about it. And that's basically with every little trick you learn. Now, this next trick is an updated trick about the bounce traps. Instead of utilizing two bounce traps like in my bounce trap guide I made a few weeks ago, you can now place them on ramps. So by building up around 2 to 3 stories, then flipping your ramps and placing a bounce trap on them, you'll avoid the loss of momentum and keep a consistent speed as you're on the move. It's the quickest way of using these bounce traps to get some distance. So as you're building your ramps, simply double tap your ramp key to flip your ramps. Add a jump, and as you jump, look down and place a bounce trap. You'll go flying, and as you're in the air, double tap your ramp rotate key again to flip it back. As you're in the air, place down a ramp. This will allow you to land on the upper part of your ramp, which gives you a quicker launch for your next bounce trap. A super good way of getting away from the storm or engaging onto your opponents. This next example is utilizing the floor wall trick. Usually you'll use this when there's an opponent under you, but he's got a good angle on your ramp from the front and below. By adding your floor under your ramp and a wall in front of it, you'll add that extra line of support in front of you and under you. Now, let me explain how to do this. The easiest way is by simply running without any jumps as you do it. So, you'll first build up a ramp, then a floor, then a wall, and lastly a ramp. When adding a wall and a ramp, you'll have to do it super quickly. Once you get pretty good at it, you can add a jump to it to add more fluid movements. This last trick is one of my most used ways of protecting myself when I'm building off against my opponent, or I'm just peeking over. So, as I build myself ramps, once I decide I want to take a peek, I'll place a wall in the direction I'll be peeking, and then I place 2 more walls above me. After having all those walls set up, I'll place down a floor and then a staircase. I'll then have a nice view to peek my opponent. This is basically an upgraded version of the single walls in front of your ramps. To do this trick, build yourself up with walls in front of your ramps. Once you decide you want to peek over, place another wall in the direction where you'll be peeking over. Then add a jump and add 2 more walls above you. Now add 1 more jump and add a floor, then a staircase. Do this in 1 jump. This gives you some pretty solid cover against your opponent. And remember, your opponent won't always see your stairs because this trick is super useful during a build battle too. Well guys, that's it for this guide. Hopefully it can help some people out, and a like and a sub would be greatly appreciated as it does help me out a lot. Anyways guys, thanks for watching, and hope you have a great rest of your day or night, and I'll see you on the next one.